There are rare coins, and then there are coins that carry the weight of history in their metal. The 1993 South African coin is one of those extraordinary pieces that continues to capture the imagination of collectors, investors, and historians around the world. It was born during a moment unlike any other in South Africa's past, a time when the country stood at the edge of monumental political and social transformation. That alone would make any coin from that year significant. But what makes certain 1993 South African coins truly remarkable is the combination of rarity, timing, limited production, and the powerful story behind their creation. In 1993, South Africa was preparing for its first fully democratic elections. The apartheid era was coming to an end, negotiations were reshaping the nation's political structure, and the world was watching closely. During times of national transition, even the smallest details of government operations can shift, including currency production. The South African Mint was working within an atmosphere of uncertainty and anticipation. Designs, denominations, and future national symbols were under discussion. It was a period of preparation for change, and within that preparation, certain coins were struck in extremely limited numbers. Some of these 1993 issues were regular circulation coins, produced for everyday use. Others, however, were proof strikes, patterns, or experimental pieces created in very small quantities. Pattern coins in particular hold a special place in numismatics. These are coins made to test new designs, compositions, or specifications before official approval for mass production. Often, they are never released to the public. Many are melted down. Only a handful survive, and those that do become treasures. The rarity of a coin is the foundation of its value. When only a few examples exist, competition becomes intense. Collectors who specialize in South African coinage understand how significant the early 1990s were. They study mint records, production figures, and auction archives. They look for anomalies, unusual die variations, off-metal strikes, minting errors, and limited proof editions. A coin that might appear ordinary to the untrained eye can, under closer inspection, reveal details that transform it into a once-in-a-generation discovery. Condition plays an equally critical role. In coin collecting, preservation is everything. A coin graded in near-perfect or flawless proof condition can be worth exponentially more than the same coin showing wear. Professional grading services carefully evaluate surface quality, luster, strike sharpness, and any imperfections. When a rare 1993 South African coin is found in exceptional condition, especially if it has been preserved in protective storage since the day it was minted, its desirability skyrockets. Historical significance adds another powerful layer of appeal. Coins are more than currency. They are official artifacts of their time. A coin struck in 1993 South Africa represents the final chapter of one era and the threshold of another. It reflects a nation transitioning toward democracy, reconciliation, and a new identity on the global stage. For many collectors, owning such a coin is like holding a tangible piece of world history. Over the past few decades, global interest in African numismatics has expanded dramatically. Investors are increasingly looking beyond traditional European and American rarities. South Africa, with its rich economic and political history, has become a focal point. Gold coins, such as the famous Krugerrand, established the country's reputation in the precious metals market. But beyond bullion, rare collectible issues have carved out their own space in high-level auctions and private sales. When a truly rare 1993 example surfaces, word spreads quickly within collector circles. Auction houses carefully research provenance, verifying authenticity and tracing ownership history. Provenance can significantly influence value. If a coin once belonged to a respected collection or was acquired directly from the mint under special circumstances, that documented history increases confidence and prestige. Serious buyers want not only rarity but also assurance. Bidding at major auctions can be intense. Wealthy collectors, institutional investors, and specialized dealers may all compete for the same coin. The atmosphere can become electric as each new bid pushes the price higher. What begins as a conservative estimate can rapidly escalate as determined bidders refuse to back down. The final hammer price sometimes surprises even seasoned experts. The metal content of the coin, while important, is rarely the main driver of value in such cases. Gold or silver composition certainly adds intrinsic worth, but numismatic value goes far beyond melt price. The story, scarcity, and condition create a premium that far exceeds the raw material. A rare transitional coin from 1993 represents not just precious metal, but a unique intersection of artistry, politics, and economics. Another factor that fuels demand is the limited window of opportunity. Once a rare coin is secured into a private collection, it may not reappear on the market for decades. Some pieces effectively disappear from public view. That scarcity and availability intensifies urgency among collectors. When one becomes available, hesitation can mean missing the opportunity entirely. Educational awareness has also played a role in rising valuations. Online platforms, digital archives, and global communication have made it easier for collectors to share discoveries and research. A coin that might once have remained obscure can now gain international recognition almost overnight. As awareness increases, so does competition. The 1993 South African coin stands as a symbol of transformation. During that year, negotiations between political leaders were shaping a new constitutional framework. The nation was redefining itself. Currency, as an official government-issued medium, inevitably reflects sovereignty and authority. Coins from transitional years carry an added symbolic weight because they bridge two different identities. Collectors often speak of the emotional connection they feel toward historically significant coins. It is not only about investment potential, it is about preserving a story. When you hold a rare coin from a pivotal year, you hold something that witnessed the same era, the same national atmosphere as the events described in history books. That connection cannot be replicated. Market trends over time have demonstrated consistent appreciation for exceptional rarities. While ordinary circulation coins may remain affordable, unique or extremely low mintage examples follow a different trajectory. As years pass and surviving numbers remain fixed, demand continues to grow while supply cannot increase. This basic economic principle underpins the long-term strength of rare coin markets. Security and authentication technologies have further strengthened buyer confidence. Advanced imaging, metallurgical testing, and certification processes ensure that high-value coins are genuine. This protects the integrity of the market and encourages serious investment. When authenticity is unquestioned, buyers are more willing to commit substantial sums. The story of the 1993 South African coin is not merely about age. Compared to ancient coins, it is relatively modern. Yet modern rarities can be just as valuable when circumstances align. Limited production, transitional significance, pristine preservation, and global demand form a powerful combination. Collectors recognize that rarity is not defined by centuries alone, but by scarcity and importance. As the years continue to pass, the historical distance from 1993 increases. Younger generations study that period as established history. The coins from that time become artifacts rather than contemporary objects. This shift in perception often enhances value because items from defining national moments gain reverence. Investors who diversify into tangible assets frequently consider rare coins attractive for several reasons. They are portable, finite, historically resilient, and globally recognized. Unlike digital assets, a coin can be physically held, examined, and securely stored. Its existence does not depend on electronic systems. For many, that tangible nature adds comfort. Within elite numismatic circles, certain examples achieve legendary status. They are discussed in forums, featured in catalogs, and highlighted in exhibitions. their reputations grow. When such a coin is described as one of the finest known specimens, it commands attention at the highest level. The 1993 South African coin that captured international headlines did so because it combined all these factors into one extraordinary piece. Extremely limited availability, exceptional condition, documented provenance, and deep historical resonance converged. Collectors understood that opportunities like this appear perhaps once in a lifetime. When the final bid was placed and the hammer fell, the room recognized that history had just been made again. The price reflected not just metal or minting, but meaning. It represented the value placed on a defining year in South Africa's journey and the rarity of preserving that year in near-perfect form. Today, the legend continues to inspire both seasoned collectors and newcomers entering the world of numismatics. It serves as a reminder that even relatively modern coins can hold immense worth when history, scarcity, and condition align perfectly. And that is how one extraordinary 1993 South African coin reached an astonishing value of $1,900,000.